Hello, Fraser and Dunlop.
Is Maureen there?
Who's calling?
Ruby.
Ruby who?
Ruby Wax. I'm one of her biggest clients.
Oh, I'll see if she's in. Hello.
Maureen. Hi, it's Ruby. Wax.
Hello.
Listen, is there any work for me at all? I mean, anything? Because it's been 6 months now. We're hitting the big 6. Anything at all?
Well, there is something. I'm not sure it's for you.
I'll take it. Where is it?
It is big.
Big? Like in America big?
Bigger.
What could be bigger than America? If someone would have told me 10 years ago I'd end up in the Soviet Union doing a summer season, I'd have laughed in their face. Well, it's 10 years later and I'm not laughing. Life's like that. On the positive side, though, I'm a trailblazer on the Borscht circuit.
Hello, are you Ruby Wax?
How did you know that?
I just guessed.
Oh.
I'm glad to meet you. My name is Anna Vronska and I'm your interpreter.
Oh, you're not with the airport?
No, I'm interpreter for all trip.
Oh.
Shall we go?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's my accessories. I'm a comedian.
Oh, I'm actrisa. Comedian. What's that?
Oh, foot massager. Because well,
Is it for your comedies?
no, because in my profession I get tense. Tell her I get very tense.
Она говорит, что она устает очень.
If I don't have my feet, I don't function. Maybe she wants one of these.
Она вас спрашивает, вы не хотите одну из ее фотографий?
О, с удовольствием.
Would you? My first fan. Do you have a pen? I'm playing around the Soviet Union. Maybe you could see one of my performances. Lots of love, Ruby. Oh, you're welcome. Maybe one for your family.
Not this one. Oh, what's it?
Oh, for my performance. I love it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Очень много интересных вещей.
Because I read in this country that you should bring toilet paper.
That's nonsense. Is it your clothes?
These are all my clothes.
Well, you may close it.
Okay. I don't know, it says in that pamphlet that you get, you get this thing on, when you go into Russia, that you should bring clothes and towels and toilet paper. Well, I didn't make it up.
Это не пойдет.
Are you married?
Not now, no.
Were you married?
Yeah, twice.
Did you get alimony?
Yes.
From both of them?
No. the last.
Is this your interpreter uniform? Or this uniform?
No. Why?
Because it looks like you work at the airline.
No, it's designer's clothes. Do you know Calvin Klein designer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his design.
This is Calvin Klein.
Yeah.
I'll help you with your hair.
Sorry?
No, I'll help you with your hair. Calvin Klein. Do you like comedy?
Not really, it's not my favorite. But sometimes when it's really good, yes, I do.
You know I do comedy.
Yes, I know.
Are you excited about working with me?
What do you mean?
I mean, you know, it's my translator. 'Cause don't you think that'll be fun?
I'm glad, yes.
Okay, so it starts off in the darkness, and then you hear like a real, you know, kind of perky version of Yankee Doodle. Do, 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 do. And that gets the energy going, and then I come on stage and I go, hi. And then you translate for me.
Здравствуйте.
My name is Ruby Wax.
Меня зовут Руби Вокс.
Are you going to have that expression on your face?
What?
Because you're there with me, you're translating, and you're sort of, it looks like somebody just announced your family was killed. It's so you have to, you know, show your teeth. So, hi.
Okay, I will do.
Okay, hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Здравствуйте.
Could just go like this. It'll look like you're smiling. Hi.
Здравствуйте.
My name is Ruby Wax.
Меня зовут Руби Вокс.
You're smiling? Are you smiling now?
I will.
Oh, okay,
Now
okay,
there are no
okay, no,
audience.
all right. Okay, then I go on. I would like you to think of me as a goodwill ambassador, announcing news of what's to come. A kind of carrier pigeon of Western civilization. That's what I say. So go ahead.
So,
A carrier pigeon of Western civilization. I'd like you to think of me as a carrier pigeon of Western civilization.
я хочу, чтобы вы думали обо мне как о почтовом pigeon. It's penguin. Is it penguin?
That's a pigeon.
What?
A pigeon. You don't know what a pigeon is. A pigeon is something besides myself that throws themselves from buildings.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the things we'll be bringing to you are aerobics.
Одна из вещей, которую мы принесем вам, это будет аэробика. But we still have aerobic.
I'm about to make a joke about it. It doesn't matter if it's here yet.
Okay.
We're bringing
Okay,
a
I'm
special
sorry.
kind of
Okay.
aerobics where a bimbo with an IQ of a houseplant will tell you to clench your buttocks so hard you can taste your own tights. That's the joke. You're not laughing.
Can you repeat it again? What?
It's an image, you see. It's an image. If you just translate it literally, it's a poetic image, you know, like Dostoevsky uses, and Anna Karenina, all of those people.
Your tights.
But
It's something
you
from
don't.
Dostoevsky.
You're not eating them. It's because they're so hard, wedged in there, that you can taste your own tights. I can't even understand it anymore.
You compare it with images of Anna Karenina and Dostoevsky. And no, I think maybe it's American good joke. Maybe it sounds good, and I don't know, but.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
I see some empty wall space. Yep.
Ever see the film Metropolis? I was there. For my opening night, they booked me into what I can only describe as the world's largest hypodermic syringe.
There are going to be a lot of changes here.
Очень много нового будет у вас.
Like, what are you going to do with all that open, free space in Red Square? I will give you 2 words. Valet parking.
Например, что вы сделаете с этим свободным пространством на Красной площади? Я хочу вам предложить бесплатную стоянку для автомобилей там сделать.
And what are you doing with that Kremlin all night? I will tell you, nothing. You just take down those chintzy Christmas tree baubles outside that building, you put up a neon sign with Gorby's Gourmet Deli, and you can turn over 200-300 tons of coleslaw a day.
И вот что я вам могу предложить. Вы повесьте кругом там новогодние шары и неоновую вывеску, попробуйте деликатесы Горбачева, и вы 300 тысяч тонн винегрета сможете за ночь там продать.
My country, we're at a fast food takeaway. A person dressed as a talking hamburger will not only tell you to have a nice day, but will breastfeed your children all for the price of a Coca-Cola.
Моя страна, в которой так много ресторанов самообслуживания, где продается бутерброды, быстро приготавливаемая пища, и человек в костюме говорящего хамбургера подойдет к вам и спросит не только о том, как у вас дела, но может покормить грудью вашего ребенка, и все это за цену Кока-Колы.
So congrats, you sexy Soviets.
Ну что ж, поздравляю вас, дорогие советские товарищи.
You've won the big bonanza, big bonus jackpot. So come on down. Thank you.
Можно считать, что вы выиграли самый большой приз в игральном автомате. Ну что ж, давайте веселиться. Спасибо.
It was a mixed reaction. Well, who could blame them? Anna was appalling. I was doing stand-up comedy while she was doing what I think was the I am a seagull speech from Chekhov.
You were just terrible. Yes?
Well, my name is Sergey.
How do you do?
How do you do?
No.
Never mind what these people are saying.
Yes.
You know, I saw your show recently.
My first fan. Obviously a person of enormous intelligence who could recognize a genuine artiste when he saw one.
So you don't think I've actually hurt the whole cause, do you?
I'm afraid that most of the people in the audience simply didn't understand what you're doing.
Right.
But I think, you know, they have to get used to it.
Yeah.
People here have to understand that the openness inevitably leads to things which are just outrageous.
Right.
And they have to get used to it.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Will I see you again?
Well, if you have some time, do you
Sure.
have some time tomorrow?
Sure.
Well, maybe we can get together.
Okay. Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you.
You really know they don't comprehend capitalism when the taxi driver says to you, that'll be 5 rubles. And you say, no, 3. And he says, okay, 3. I couldn't spend another minute staring at the Ice Maiden. Our conversation had dwindled down to a few grunts, so I decided to give her the morning off and be sociable. It took me 3 hours to find this place. The Russians don't specialize in street signs.
You know, all these blocks look the same. Do you notice that? Yeah,
Well,
it all
I'm
looks
afraid
the
I'm
same.
getting used to it. Let me take your coat.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, here we are.
Yeah.
And here I live.
Is this typical?
Actually,
Russian?
it's better than average.
Is it?
Yeah, because in the apartment next to us, they have 4 people living in one room like this.
In
So
what, this size?
About
So
this
what,
size.
what is this, just for you?
And my mother.
And your mother lives here too?
Yeah, sure.
The wallpaper, did you do this yourself or it comes like this?
Look. It's been done years
No, now
ago.
it's my first apartment. I'm not complaining. I didn't just come to your house to complain.
And I tell you, even if you would, it wouldn't make a difference.
You can't
It would
change
make
it,
a
huh?
difference if I would complain.
This is your view? Could be anywhere, you know?
Well, the problem is that here it's everywhere.
No, sort of cute little houses in the suburbs.
I remember when we moved in this neighborhood, people would put a colored ribbon on the doorsteps so that children could find their own staircases.
Because it looks the same. I can't believe it. What's that thing? That gray mess.
Well, it's the apartments of the future. They were built during the Khrushchev time.
Khrushchev.
In 60s, yes. He promised that by 1980, 8 years ago, there would be a full communism in the Soviet Union, no money, everything would be free and plentiful, and the Soviet people would live in a paradise and palaces. So he said the only thing that we have to do is just to provide a temporary housing for our people until the communism would come.
Yeah.
So these buildings were supposed to last about 20, 25 years.
And the buildings are crumbling?
Sort of. Things fell off and they can't really repair them because it's a very cheap construction. For example, the building like this over there,
Yeah.
the front wall fell off. No one was hurt, but it was kind of funny to see, inside of the apartment.
What, you just saw people sitting in the living room
But,
with no wall?
but Ruby, you shouldn't laugh because it's really much, much better than the other people live in. Because in Moscow alone, 20% of the population still lives in the communal apartments. I mean, they share the apartments with other families. So they would dream about moving into apartments like that or in the apartment like ours.
They share, families live with other families?
Exactly, 20% of Moscow population live in the apartments with other families. And they share the kitchen.
And nobody complains?
Well, they complain, but what's the difference?
Well, I don't know. That must be somebody you can phone up. Let's see the other room, since we have a choice.
Come in here.
Is this you?
Well, it's me. It's a poster for my exhibit in
You're a
Paris.
photographer.
I'm a photographer.
Let me see your pictures. Let's see.
Yeah.
This is a studio.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have too many pictures left because I packed and sent them for the exhibit, and it just has a life of its own. It just travels.
Why? Where does your stuff go?
Well, there was an exhibit in Paris. Now it's going to be another one in the States, and it has its own life, and I'm here.
So your pictures go out all over the world, and you just sit here?
I don't just sit. I'm trying to
No,
join my pictures, but
Who's this?
well, she's a daughter of a friend of mine. The family already has emigrated, and she's right now, in Washington with her parents.
Oh yeah. A lot of your friends are gone.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Who's this?
Well, she's the daughter of Nick Danielov, the American correspondent who was arrested in Moscow.
Spy.
Yeah, so-called the spy. He was a good friend of mine.
So was he a spy?
No, not at all. I mean, I knew him for many years. It was a complete setup. I mean,
Who set him up?
the Soviet authorities, the KGB.
Why?
Who knows? Ask them.
Oh, it's their sense of humor, huh?
Their sense of humor.
What else? Who's this?
This is my wife.
Oh, you're married?
Yeah.
Where's she?
Well, she's in Washington. She's a lawyer. She was an exchange student here in 1980.
How long haven't you seen her?
Several years.
Oh, is this a sort of arrangement you have?
No, it's just, see, this is, again, the...
Oh, is this a sort of arrangement you have?
No, it's just, see, this is, again, the sense of humor of the Soviet authorities. They think it's perfectly normal if I'm here and she's there. Probably, the Soviet officials are so fed up with their wives, so they think it's very, actually, I'm enjoying
Healthy that
being
you're
separate.
separated.
Yeah. You joke about things, but once in a while you wake up with a horrible feeling that actually you are part of a joke. And all your life and everything that you've done in your life, comes to just one point, that you are a character of a joke, and nothing else.
Being with Sergei, I felt like I was with some caged animal, pacing his life away between two rooms. His words had passion, but his eyes were dead. I think his body and soul had parted company a long time ago.
On the one hand, It's quite interesting because I can really look at it being inside, but from outside. Because I emigrated inside, years ago.
You mean you're really not living here?
Yes. Physically, I'm here, but I feel like I'm stuck in the elevator, and I just wait for the doors to open. I don't have Russian friends left, really. We kind of drifted apart. For some of them, it was not good to be associated with me. But for many, it's just, I feel like I woke up. And there's a certain things about this society that I can accept.
Yeah.
And they can't. So I can't really talk to them. But, I don't believe that the Soviet Union is an evil empire. Because a country could be evil, but rational. I think the Soviet Union, in a way, is worse. It's a natural disaster. I mean, things just happen here. And there is no way you can rationalize them.
But it's better. Isn't it better than it was a few years ago?
It depends what you're talking about. The situation with food is the worst since the World War II. In most of the cities in the Soviet Union, well, except Moscow, meat, butter, sugar is rationed.
Right.
And the problem is, of course, certain things has been improved. Like, for example, the published things that haven't been published before. Other things have changed. Gorbachev is trying to deal with the problems. But, first of all, they cannot deal with all the scope of the problems, so they choose several. And when they try to deal with the few of them, they ignore the rest. They throw the society into convulsions.
What if we divide them up into little groups? And give them states. See, that's how we did it. And then you give them a flag.
The Soviet economy can be effective, but not efficient. You can send probe to Mars. You can launch, a man into space.
Yeah.
It can be very effective. But at the same time, this country cannot produce enough shoes or toilet paper for itself. And it's not a joke, and it's not a coincidence. So far, the best argument for perestroika that I've heard is that it has to be a success, because if the perestroika doesn't work, it would be such a disaster.
Yeah, but something's got to move. Otherwise, what do you want to do? Just rub sticks together?
Look, the simple thing that it's all right to buy a thing and then to sell it with a profit. It's natural. That's what people have been doing since, Bible's times. It's immoral in Russia. It's not only illegal in the Soviet Union, it's basically referred to be as immoral.
It's immoral?
Yes. It's illegal, but if you ask people on the street, they say, sure, no one should be allowed to do that because someone will get rich by doing nothing.
What do they think when they see me? What do they think?
Look, the Soviet citizen, an ordinary Soviet person on the street, if you bump into him and strike a conversation, it's the same as if you run into an alien in the street of New York.
Come on.
No, I'm dead serious, because for most of the Soviet people, the foreign countries, it's like ancient Egypt or a Roman Empire. They exist somewhere in their abstract mental world, on TV or in a movie, but they're not real.
But what do they think my life is like?
They just don't think about it. See, the Soviet people cannot possibly want to have what you have, because they have no idea what you have. They just have no idea. They can't even imagine it.
posters are in there because I don't have them. You know the posters for my show?
No, why?
I don't have them.
I have
didn't
none of
pack
your
them.
posters.
You didn't pack them?
No, I pack my things. You haven't your posters?
I think we have to reinvestigate our relationship. No, I didn't have my posters. You're supposed to be taking care of me.
No, but...
well, what am I going to do? How are people going to know that I'm playing in Odessa? Excuse me, how's anybody going to know I'm in Odessa? They won't know where I'm playing.
We can make a new, maybe.
What?
New posters.
Who's going to make these posters?
We will find somebody, a painter, an artist. We will do new posters.
I don't know how you run this country.
Sorry, can I put it here for a while?
You know, you never talk to me. I mean, you just sort of give me these Russian silences. I don't, you know. I tell you everything about me. You never tell me anything about you. You never tell me any details.
What should I tell you?
About your life, about something, some information.
What information do you mean? What do you need?
Blood type. I mean, just, you know, stories about yourself so I know who you are. You know, you seem so depressed all the time. You just seem sad, like a depression is upon us.
Yeah, but American always laughing without reason.
At least we have something to laugh about. Valentino, Armani, Chanel, Perestroika, my ass.
Is it good? Does it look like me?
Yes, it looks like you.
Do you speak English?
Нет, я не говорю на английском языке.
No, he doesn't.
Говорят, что здесь бывала королева из Непала, и какой-то знак давал из Эдинбурга. И отсюда много ближе, до Берлина и Парижа, чем из даже самого Санкт-Петербурга.
Why are you wearing so much makeup? You didn't wear purple when I met you.
But I wasn't on the stage. I just want to look good.
You look okay. It doesn't matter what you look like. You could be replaced with a hand puppet. It doesn't matter what you look like. Anyway, you should use Chanel, because Chanel's better than Yves Saint Laurent.
Why do you think so?
I don't think it's more expensive than Yves Saint Laurent. Comes in more colors than Yves Saint Laurent.
No, Yves Saint Laurent have a lot of colors. Have you seen?
Well, it doesn't have the spring color. There's a new spring color that Chanel's come up with. It doesn't have that one.
What's that spring colors? Can you show me, please?
No, I don't want to overstimulate you. You'll defect.
Remember, Vronsky, timing, timing, timing.
Да заткнись ты. Уже надоело.
Hi.
Добрый вечер.
Hello, my name is Ruby Wax.
Привет, меня зовут Руби Вокс.
I'd just like to first of all say what a thrill it is to be here in Odessa, here among all you Odessites, or whatever you people call yourselves. It's just so interesting to be here in the land where all my relatives left that many moons ago. And because they were in a bit of a rush, has anybody seen a pair of tan shorts? I think my great-great-uncle Nikolai Beksanovich might have left them here. Tan shorts, size 14. No. Okay, hi. I'm an American. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
Yep, I scored another biggie in Odessa. You could hear a pin drop, which is important in comedy, I think. Some people actually had to get up and leave. They found me that funny. And happily, I had 5 more nights to go. Bonjour. Can I have a watermelon, please?
30 копеек.
What?
30 копеек.
Oh. I have
30 копеек.
some bubble gum.
Она не понимает.
Жвачка, она что, соображает, что это такое?
Some bubble gum.
Детей нет, детей нет.
Do you want some bubble gum?
Жвачка.
Here, show her what it's good. Apple flavor. It's good, isn't it? No, just...
Она боится.
All right. All right, just a minute. I'll bring out the big guns.
Продаете жвачку?
Look, absorbent. I heard that they like toilet paper here. Pink, absorbent.
Yeah.
It'll look good.
Это не бумага.
All right, 2 rolls of toilet paper. God, these people drive a hard bargain. 2 rolls of toilet paper and some sour bubble gum. Oh, my blue jeans.
I'm sorry, lady.
What?
I'm sorry.
What?
Nobody understands you. That is not black market. That is a market.
I know, but
we are here before black market. You can sell everything. But the 2 weeks now is closed. And that will be open.
Yeah.
You can to sell, but these blue jeans now is not modern. The Russian people never buy it.
What do you mean not modern?
No. It's not modern.
Flares are coming back.
No.
What's not?
No.
Well, will you help me because you speak English?
Of course, I help you.
Do you don't mind? Because
Yeah.
I have a translator. She doesn't
I
know what
see.
she does not
I
speak
see.
Russian or English. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm Ruby.
I'm Tanya.
Tanya,
Yeah.
hi. What do you do?
I work in factory.
You're a factory worker?
Yes.
You look pretty snazzy. Thanks. So there's no more black market?
No.
I'm going to leave with more blue jeans than I came with.
Yes, but I cannot help you anyway about that. No, I know. And you're a tourist?
No, I'm not a tourist. I'm a comedian.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm performing at the Crack something. Have you heard of me?
No, I'm sorry. I don't hear about you. I not see you, of course. How is possible? You not speak Russian?
Oh, I have this interpreter who stands on stage with me.
I see.
She kills every line I've got. I'm dying on my feet. Maybe you want to come back to the hotel. You could have a drink?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, 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 no. For Russian people, no possible to go to hotel. You see?
Can't go in the hotel?
No, no, no. It's not possible. If you like it, you can come my room.
To your house?
Yes, to my house to drink couple cup.
Sure, okay.
Are you pregnant?
Why? Can you tell?
Oh, just ask.
Tanya had a stash of Sidney Sheldon videos and Joan Collins miniseries, which she'd watched till they were worn thin. In her fantasy, she was part of that world. But at least that kept the light turned on in her eyes, a sight I hadn't seen a lot of in Russia.
Go, Tanya.
Как я люблю твои руки, руки, глаза и улыбку. You say, you love hands, eyes, smile. Да. And repeat again.
I love your eyes, I love your smile, I love your mouth. Is this like the Russian Tom Jones?
Yes, because he take of him, he's a young poet. But I remember Tom Jones, I loved him before.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, he's such an ape. He's too big, Tom Jones.
But it's not important for me, big or not. He has a good voice. I like him voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know is America love Tom Jones, and British love more better Humperdinck.
Oh, I hate Humperdinck.
Yes. Pussycat, pussycat. No, that is Tom Jones.
Yeah,
I love you.
You're gonna
Yes,
get
I
wrong.
do.
So, have you ever been married?
No. You see, I cannot be married because I have some problems, big problems in my life.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be married with a German man. He lived with his wife 19 years. He divorced with her.
Oh, you were with a German man. He divorced his wife.
Yes.
Right.
And he must to come married with me. And I have some problems and put me in jail.
Who took you to jail?
No special, some police take me because I change money.
Yeah.
The black market.
Is that illegal?
Yeah. Because I think I must go to Germany, I must have some money. You see, I don't like to come and to wait when husband give for me.
Right.
My principle, I must have mine.
You make it yourself.
Yes, right. And for that, I stay prison. I never forget when Gerhard go to Germany. We stay in the Moscow airport. He stay and say to me, Tanyush, please, promise to me, don't make business. And I say to him, I promise to you, I never do that. And I come back, believe me, half year I stay in home. I not go not in one place. And after I look at my girlfriend, and of course, he don't know that I'm staying in prison.
The German never found out?
Of course. He don't know. He call my home. I not being home. And he think, maybe I stay with another man. You understand? And after 3 years, he married with German woman. You understand what is my way?
But how'd you get caught?
With my girlfriend. She jealous me all the time because I have some more diamond rings of her.
And so your girlfriend turned you in?
Yeah.
How long were you in jail?
I have 7 years. 7 years give for me.
What was it like?
How I explain? Of course, for me that'd be terrible. Because it's different people to stay in jail. Somebody kill, somebody steal. You understand? But I never, nobody kill, never steal. And for example, honestly, I give more money of the bank, right?
Yeah. You give better rates than the bank.
Of course.
They send you to prison.
Yes.
So what happened when you got out?
I poor, but my soul is rich. You understand me?
Yeah.
So, you see, and I have in my life now only one way. Only one way. I speak you truth. I wanted to go to Florida. I wanted to go another country. Never mind which country, you understand me? Because I know what I have good, what I have not no good, right? Before I have talent. Now, of course, I'm too old about that. But I like to be free. I like to do what I want to do. I like to buy what I like to buy. I want to speak what I want to speak. That's all what I wanted.
I felt again like I was with someone caged. Only she was thrashing against the bars. There was nothing I could say to her. So we cracked open another bottle of vodka and forgot about it all.
Those children, very special children. I love you,
All in your grown-up pride, hide all the need inside, acting more like children than children. Lovers are very special people. They're the luckiest people in the world. One person, one very special person. No more hunger and thirst, but first be the person who needs people. People who need people are the luckiest people in the world. Well, these people look chirpy.
What?
I said they look chirpy.
What does it mean, chirpy?
Like they're having the time of their lives. Did somebody famous die? Ruski's on holiday. Where's all the ice cream?
Which all ice cream?
The ice cream stands, the Coca-Cola, the popcorn, the cotton candy. It's supposed to be a holiday resort.
To 2 weeks had passed. 2 long, long weeks. I was losing strength now from an endless diet of tomatoes and cucumbers. Cucumbers and tomatoes day after day. Nothing else on the menu. You realize the one thing you never hear in this place is the word or. The night before, I dreamt I had eloped with some chocolate ice cream. The Dagamas Hotel in Sochi was the high spot of my tour. I had hit the mecca of Soviet entertainment. The Russians' answer to Vegas. Yes, they too could be tasteless, just like us.
Девочки, на сцену выйдите, пожалуйста.
Not that small.
Если мое лицо спрячется под таким слоем грима. Что ты мне найдешь? Ну, вас вещи много
Is anybody sitting here? Thank you. Placebo. My name, Ruby.
Valera.
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 Oh, that's nice. That's a nice name. I saw you dancing. You're very good.
Спасибо.
Excellent.
Спасибо.
Isn't he excellent? Very muscular. So you must have been dancing a long time.
Спасибо.
How long have you been dancing?
Dancing? 2 года. 2 года.
Long. Anna, come over here. I need your interpreting. Ask him how long he's been dancing.
Она спрашивает, вы давно танцуете?
2 года танцуем. 30 год
2
практически.
years.
2 years, that's all?
Да.
You're excellent. He's excellent.
Говорит, ну просто потрясающе, вы просто...
Спасибо.
Ask him what he did before that.
Она спрашивает, а чем вы до этого занимались?
На заводе работал.
He worked at the factory.
At a factory? Oh, that's really interesting. And where does he come from in Russia? From in Russia.
Откуда ты? Откуда? Ты
Я?
откуда?
Из Москвы.
А, я тоже из Москвы.
Да?
Where does he come
Очень
from?
приятно.
Москва.
А что вы здесь делаете?
Oh, Moscow. I was in Moscow.
Сопровождаю. И
I was in
я с ней
Moscow.
приехала. Она здесь шоу делает всякие.
То есть ненадолго, да?
Where in Moscow?
Ну да, ненадолго.
Where does he
А
come
мы
from?
тоже
in
так
I'm
Moscow?
sorry, Ruby. Can I speak a minute with him by myself? I'm sorry.
I was
Да,
speaking
вот
to him.
когда она, я не знаю, когда она захочет. Ты понимаешь,
Does she
это
come from
американка, она вообще русская.
Вы будете в нашей программе участвовать, да?
Ну, красиво.
Понятно.
Do you come from a large family?
Слушай, а вы здесь что, живете? Ты живешь здесь, в Сочи?
Is anybody listening to my
Когда
channel here?
работаешь?
Когда я буду?
Нет, вы давно уже здесь?
Да, мы уже год где-то.
Целый год? И не были ни разу за год, не приезжали в Москву, да?
Нет, ну, в принципе, 1 раз приехали.
These are some of the things I'd like to talk to you about tonight.
Ну, вот об этом как раз я хотела поговорить с вами сегодня вечером.
So I'd like you to think of me as a goodwill ambassador with new...
The Ice Maiden was starting to push her luck with me. I decided to take off without her. It was my show. Why should she have any lines?
Game shows, wait till they worm their way over here. Where man's evolution makes a U-turn, and in a 30-minute game show we descend back to the reptile state complete with claws. Where nothing is too humiliating in the face of a free buck. Women dress as pizzas and trade in their firstborn for a washing machine. Husbands describe every sexual position they've ever done just to get the 4-speed blender. And the studio audience reacts with the same enthusiasm they had when they watched the lions eating the Christians for lunch. Meanwhile, in the center of the room, the contestant screams, "Come on, Satan, take my soul! Just give me that Ford Fiesta!"
This hotel is where all the wealthy Russians go for their holidays. Where they get those extra rubles is anyone's guess. But here's the rub. Only foreigners with hard currency can hire the soft sunbeds. The Russians have to hire the hard ones. In their own country, they can't get into tourist hotels or bars. They can't buy foreign cigarettes, alcohol, televisions, you know, the goodies. For a Russian, there's nothing more useless than 1,000,000 rubles.
Anna, can I ask you something?
Yeah,
Do you not like me?
And why?
I don't know, because you act like you don't like me sometimes. I mean, do I offend your sensitivity?
What do you mean?
Well, you look at me sometimes disgusted.
No, because sometimes you told me such terrible things, and just I feel you do not like me and everybody here.
Oh, you mean the Rusks?
Yeah.
I have nothing against the Rusks. The Rusks are very, you know, they have like great spirit.
I have nothing against you, but you never want to think something, really to think about Russian, what they are. You want to feel miserable here.
I don't want to feel miserable
you want.
here. But isn't there a little bit of jealousy? Aren't you just a little bit jealous?
You do not want to enjoy it. What's wrong with this sea? What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong with the sea, Anna, but I mean, sand wouldn't be out of the question. Sand.
Sand?
Sand, you know. Tell me you would rather sit on these rocks than sand. In America, we have sand.
But it's good for body, you know?
See, there's always an out. There's always an out.
It's good for feet, for legs when you go. Yeah, it's more better than your machine, electrical.
You know, I sometimes think you would be okay, except you were brainwashed. Otherwise, I like you.
Otherwise, I like you too.
You know, when I was growing up, I lived in Chicago, and we lived on a lake. And when I was a little girl, me and my best girlfriend, we would go and collect berries off of the trees, and then we'd store them like animals. And we thought across Lake Michigan that there was Russia there, because nobody said where we were. Anyway, we used to sit there, and then we'd go, the Russians are coming, and we'd wait for the attack, you know, because that was the big fear. And then you come over here, and you can't even get the telephone to work. You think, why was I so scared? They don't even know how to make a dry cleaning service work.
But people have real soul here, you know, and open heart, and people are very helpful here, and they are interesting, really interesting in other people.
But you have these Russian periods where you suddenly, I'm sitting there, everything's pleasant, we're in a restaurant, we're eating our 42nd tomato that day. I turn around and it's like Dostoevsky is alive and living next to me. You've hit this depression. Why do you suddenly hit these depressions?
Why? Because life is not easy. Sometimes I feel it's really too much, and sometimes I feel to live, it's so painful.
Franz, you should try some of this. No, you look like a dead fish sometimes.
At last, I was back in Moscow on my final stretch, my body softly weeping, "Please, no more cucumbers and tomatoes, I beg you." Then the miracle happened.
I can't believe it. Stop the car.
What?
Stop the car.
Why? What's the matter?
I pinched myself in disbelief. My stomach gave a cry of joy. Praise be. Food.
I'm having a vision. And a pinch man hallucinating. A pizza van. Did you know there was a pizza van here?
Certainly.
You knew there was a pizza van and you didn't tell me. You knew...
Why should you never ask me about pizza.
578 days of tomatoes and cucumbers, and you don't tell me there's a pizza van sitting right under my nose.
Just a food.
What's food? My poor child. See, you don't have taste buds. You don't know what things taste like. Pizza, do you understand this has a taste?
I do not like pizza. I do not like
Because you don't know. Because somebody's put something in your mind. Do you understand what this means? Pizza is here in Russia. This is glasnost in the form of tomato sauce. Look at this. Look, a symbol. This is a symbol. They're free now. Look at them. Look, they're smiling. Well, almost as much as any Ruskies.
We can get one. Let's stay in a queue.
No, I'm sorry. I do not queue. I'm not queuing here for 4.5 hours.
It's not 4 hours.
I'm not queuing. Okay. I know what to do. I know what to do. These are my people. Follow me.
Where there's a pizza van, there's an American. I wasn't born yesterday.
Yes.
Hello, I'm an American.
Hi.
Hi, can I talk to you a second?
Make it fast, please. We're in a big rush over
Okay,
here.
can I have a pizza, everything on it to go, please?
No, hon, I'm sorry. I can't do it. I got a long queue out there, and we got to keep on going. I'm very sorry. You'll
But
have to
I'm
get in
one
the
of
queue.
you.
I'm sorry. You'll have to get in the queue, hon. Bye. Thank you.
Franz, you've done it all your life. Q. Q! Traitor!
The American brought this pizza van over from New Jersey and was cleaning up. A cowboy bringing capitalism to the commies. His Russian team shared in the profits, a first over here.
Is this the only van like this in all of Moscow?
Oh, it's really unique. It's only one truck of this kind in Soviet Union. Yeah.
You're the pioneers, aren't you?
A kind of pioneers of American business in Moscow.
And now do you feel like, you know, there's democracy here in a truck?
Yeah, sure. Especially after all these 20 and more years of kind of sleeping. Yeah. It's unusual.
Yeah.
That's why we're not right to talk it too friendly and too openly.
Oh, well, that's good.
I don't know.
Maybe we could talk somewhere else.
You mean?
Maybe we could talk somewhere else.
Somewhere else?
Yeah.
Another place?
Maybe.
Or another manner?
Another place. Same manner. My name is Ruby.
Ruby? Oh, sorry.
What's your
name is Oleg.
Oleg, hi.
You forget it was only a few years ago that all the walls had ears, and people were busted for saying the wrong. Only a few years ago that all the walls had ears, and people were busted for saying the wrong thing. So we went across the river to Gorky Park to talk where no one was listening.
What did you do before you worked at the pizza van?
Oh, I was a worker in a local place to clean the streets.
But you don't seem like a street cleaner type. Did you go to university?
Yeah, long ago, when the so-called Khrushchev time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really wonderful time. There was first freedom in our country after Stalin.
You remember Stalin time?
Sure, I was a young pioneer. I'm marching with the flags and drums. And on the Red Square, I saw the Stalin on the tribune.
You saw him?
Sure.
Did you think he was a good guy?
I was sure he is a hero. He was so strong, so famous, and all imperialists afraid of him.
When did you find out the opposite?
When I was a worker, and when I started to meet with some students, get some literature, telling the truth about him and about the situation in the country. That's the beginning of my troubles in life, in my life.
Why? What happened?
I spent as a student a year and 2 months in America, in Washington, D.C., in the embassy. I made so many mistakes being abroad, having sexual contacts with American girls and with the Soviet employees in in the embassy.
And that was illegal?
It's against the instructions.
Yeah.
And some old driver in the embassy told me, Oleg, you just, I know, you're just alone. You're just a student. You graduated from a famous college, but don't make mistake from the beginning. If it happens so you are in the United States, let's marry here. On any girl in the embassy. And ambassador, he's a clever man. He likes you. And he keep you here. He make you a position in the embassy. And later on you became maybe famous diplomat, who knows. But I was not sure that it is possible, and this is the way of life for me. I have another principle. I want to fall in love in a wonderful girl with a blue or green eyes, with a, you know, like a movie star.
Like in movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was sent back with a bad record, and I graduated college, and I don't have any job because of that bad record. And instead of being journalist or a diplomat, I find a job in a publishing house.
What did you do there?
We selected, order, and buy the most sharp books.
Yeah.
Or anti-Soviet even.
Right.
Anti-Soviet at that time. Printed in the United States, in Great Britain, in West Germany, and selected from these books the most anti-Soviet and maybe most important parts, translated them, and make a kind of review.
Right. Who would read your review?
Read the most important bosses in the Soviet Union, members of Politburo, and some ministers.
Right.
And of course, it's impossible for Soviet people to buy or to read these books. Even
where were they?
They was
where did they keep the
in
books?
Special storage, hidden and closed, and with a special seal.
They were locked away, the books?
Locked away, and they was registered. There was numbers on every book.
The books were in prison.
Right. Why not? And then I have another problems, and I was jobless for some years.
What did you do?
I was a garbage man after all these years of wonderful career.
But why did you get in trouble?
Look, at my house I have a lot of literature from the West. Books about Brezhnev, Khrushchev, about their families. It's also against our law. And there was long record of my mistakes. One after another, they were picked up in one box.
Yeah.
And that box became maybe too heavy.
So your catalog must be really thick by now.
Sooner or later it will be published, I hope. Yeah.
But why are you laughing? You know what I mean? Like you can't get a job.
Look, I am 48. I spent life in my country, and I believe in good future for my nation, for my people, for my country. In the Khrushchev time, I believe in a closer communism, closer good life. It's coming very soon.
Again.
Khrushchev said, it's in 20 years we live better than Americans. And I believe in that. I hope in that. And now Gorbachev said, we are not the worst nation in the in the world. We should live better, and we should make everything for people, for ordinary people.
And so you believe for your children?
Yeah, and I believe maybe not my son, but maybe my grandson will live in open society and can find a job he wants to, he loves to, just according to the talent, according to the competition. But I still hope, still hope.
This is your pizza.
Oh.
Oh, Franz, try this.
Taste it.
I do not want.
Just
I
try.
do not like it.
My last day, and Anna invited me to her home. There we are, 37th up, 18th over to the right. She was translating a little goodbye treat I was planning to give the Soviet Union.
So, run it by me again. It goes, Tavarishi.
Yes.
People who need people. Tavarishi которым нужны другие товарищи.
Yes.
Are the luckiest people in the world. Это somewhere счастливее товарищи.
Yes.
В мире.
В мире.
Мы американцы.
Мы.
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 Me. I'm saying me. Me. I don't know how you people ever spoke this language without choking to death. Me. Amerikanski. Которым нужны. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm doing it. I completely flopped already, so why am I bothering with this stuff?
No, you're not flopped.
I flopped. I flopped everywhere we went. You saw me. You were standing next to me. You never laughed. Nobody ever laughed. Oh, yeah, once you laughed about Carrier Penguin, and that wasn't my line. That was your line.
No, sometimes I thought it's funny.
But you never go like this. How come you never smile? Just go like this. I've never seen your teeth. I don't even know if you have any. Just go like this, please, once before I go.
No, I have another structure.
What, a beak? I don't know. You never smiled at me, not once.
No, I'm smiling now.
That's your smile.
Can you see? Yes.
Not at all. You know, no
No.
wonder I had the wrong impression. I thought you were just frigid. You know, now I like you, but I mean, it's impossible. You would be a lot more popular if you, just smiled a little bit more. We wouldn't have to have spent weeks, hacking away. And while we're at it here, nobody wanted any of these, so I leave you these. My gift.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe you could wallpaper the kitchen in them. You might as well have these, in case the 60s ever come here.
What shall I do with these?
You can boil them up. They'll taste better than anything in this country.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, it's all I have left. It's not much, but you have a lifetime to go.
I have.
I take it. You don't have. You have the scratchy stuff.
I promise. I will keep it till the rest of my days, and I will look at it, and it will remind me you.
Thank you.
It would be a piece of... It will remind me you.
Thank you.
It would be a piece of America.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. Are you going to miss me?
Yes, I will.
You will. I'll miss you too. Will you come and visit me?
Yes, why not?
You will?
Yeah.
Good.
Will you visit me?
Come to Russia?
Yeah.
No. No. But we could meet in Sweden. That's halfway.
Why not?
Why I wouldn't come back? Well, I wasn't raised for this. I couldn't take it. Does this upset you?
Yes, it is.
It does upset you?
Yeah.
See, I like you, and so I don't like that Russians treat other Russians like dirt. And there's a great culture, but you're treated like something on the bottom of a shoe. And you do it to each other. See, it makes me sick when I see that I can have the pizza with the pepperoni and you can only have the pizza with the cheese. I can have the soft benches on the beach, you can have the hard benches on the beach, just because I'm foreign. This is your country. You should be allowed in hotels. You should be allowed to buy American cigarettes. You should be allowed. It's your country. And that I will never forgive them for. But you see, everybody sits on it. Everybody just sits. Nobody gets angry, see? Like we have riots and we have people get angry.
No, sometimes people do. But you cannot understand this, Ruby, in your country. And your people cannot understand this. They had this terrible experience which Russians had in 30s and then in 40s. and 50s, in Stalin's time, when people afraid to say a word because this word can kill all family and all families of relatives and friends. Just one word, you know. And because Stalin was sort of person as Hitler, a lot of people believes him. And then when all your family was killed, then another part of your family during years was in prison, and then they say you, we're sorry, it's a mistake. Your father wasn't an enemy, your father wasn't a spy, but your father is already dead, they killed him. What people feel, you know, and people still afraid during years. And just only now, last years, they allowed to speak about all these things and to say what they think and to explain their anger and their unhappiness and so. But now, when you begin to speak and you begin to really think about it and explain it, nobody can stop it anymore. And I hope it will change. Really, a lot of things will change.
Okay, this is the last night of my tour in the USSR. I'd like to do a special something now that I think bridges the gap between the West and the East. So with a special thanks to my wonderful interpreter, Anna, who so kindly translated the lyrics, I'd like to do this humble song for you now.
Товарищи, которым нужны другие товарищи. Это самые счастливые товарищи в мире. Мы, американские детства, которым нужны другие детки. Особоим товарищи, это самые счастливые товарищи в мире. Я американка, очень плохая американка, потому не пошел по голову. Забудем о бутербродах, а Кока-Кола. Будем только товарищами, которые